Welcome everyone to NoDQ&A here on NoDQ.com. I am Aaron Rift. Let's get right down to your questions. Do you think that we will see Rey Mysterio versus Cara at WrestleMania 28? Basically, I think there's a lot of factors involved in this match happening. I'm sure WWE wants to do it. I'm sure the fans want to see it. But who knows what both men's situation are going to be heading into WrestleMania. Regarding Cara, first of all, there's two different people playing the role. We had Mystico playing Sin Cara until about late July when he was suspended. And then last week, Hunico started playing the role of Sin Cara. So who knows if Sin Cara will even be around come WrestleMania 28. WWE right now seems to be trying to figure out where they want to go with the character and who's going to play the character. So that whole situation is up in the air with Sin Cara being at WrestleMania 28. As far as Rey Mysterio goes, he's dealing with injuries right now. If he's healthy, I'm almost positive we will see him at WrestleMania 28. But whether he ends up being in the ring with Sin Cara remains to be seen. But I'm sure, like I said before, everyone wants to see it. And, you know, it's a really good idea for WrestleMania 28 to have that match. Kind of like a mid-card dream match, so to speak. So hopefully it happens, but you never know. Next question. What are your thoughts on the character of Goldust? I love the character. I think Dustin Runnels has always been a great in-ring performer. His persona was never all that interesting just as himself. But then when WWE gave him this new character, he took the ball and he completely ran with it. I mean, he made that character so unique and so interesting. And I don't think anybody else could have done as good of a job as Dustin Runnels did with that character. And I especially love the whole artist formerly known as Goldust deal, you know, with him flashing Vader and doing all that weird kinky stuff with Luna Vachon. I think Lady Gaga might have seen some tapes of Dustin Runnels as Goldust. I don't know. It just seems that way to me, you know. Goldust was doing all that weird stuff in the 90s way before she was. So, yeah, really, really cool character and a big part of WWE history, in my opinion. One of the best characters of the 90s for sure. Okay. Do you think there's any chance of WWE actually making the tag team division important with the rise of teams like Kofi and Evan, the Usos, McGillicuddy and Otunga, and possibly the Kings of Wrestling and Generation Me? Well, that's the big news going around that WWE is looking to reboost their tag team division and make it important again. I have no idea why they haven't been paying much attention to the tag team division. Like for SummerSlam, for instance, they could have had a tag team title match, but they didn't. They only announced 4 or 5 matches before the pay-per-view. Why couldn't they have done something with the tag team division leading up to SummerSlam? I have no idea. Doesn't make any sense. You know, Triple H is in charge now in storyline, but keep in mind that Vince McMahon is still running the show, so I have my doubts that we're really going to see a big change in the tag division anytime soon, but we'll see. I'd love to see Generation Me get a shot. I'd love to see the Kings of Wrestling get a shot. You know, it's all up to Vince McMahon ultimately, so we'll see what happens. With Cena versus Rock being the big match next year, do you think we could possibly see Orton versus Rock or CM Punk versus Rock on Raw a couple weeks before the match to help Raw get some rating boost they need and to show Rock that he can still wrestle, or to show that Rock can still wrestle? Why is this cat doing a run-in in my video? I do not know. Regarding Rock, I do not think we will see him compete prior to WrestleMania 28. That's what makes the whole thing special, is his first match back being at WrestleMania 28 against John Cena. If he appears before that, then what are we paying for? It kind of takes away from that whole aura of Rock. You know, what's he going to be like in the ring? Will he show ring rust or whatever? I think that's best being left for WrestleMania 28, in my opinion. So, and I do not think it will happen before WrestleMania 28. I'm almost positive on that. Okay, last question for today. What was your favorite Money in the Bank cash-in moment? The one that really holds a place in my heart was the very first one. I think nothing can really top that. I was at a sports bar for New Year's Resolution 2006, and the place just came unglued when Edge came out and cashed in Money in the Bank. And that was really a star-making moment. That really put Edge on the map, and that whole deal with Lita, the live sex celebration, like that really launched his career as a main eventer, and I think that was still my all-time favorite Money in the Bank moment. I also like the one in 2008 when CM Punk cashed it in and Jerry Lawler was like, Punk wins, and all that stuff. It was awesome. And that also helped CM Punk, but not to the, I don't think anybody really became such a big star after cashing in Money in the Bank like Edge did in that first encounter with John Cena. So there you go. All right, that about does it for No DQ&A here on NoDQ.com. If you would like to submit questions, go to formspring.me/Aaron Rift, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/NoDQCAW, and hopefully my cat will not run in next time, but whatever happens, it happens. So we'll see you next time for No DQ&A.